How we going, boys and girls? How's everyone doing? Luke Little Bogan here, YouTube and Facebook. Thanks for watching the videos and putting up with me still. I know there's been a few up and a few of you still hung around for all of them, so thanks a lot for that shit. Today's video, I'm just gonna do some gnocchi, run you through how to do some gnocchi if you just want to do that at home. It's not too much of a hard meal to make, it's just a pain in the ass because you're gonna have flour and stuff everywhere, but yeah, I'll just take you through the couple of steps of that and fast forward through the pain in the ass stages, and then yeah, I'll show you the finished product here. I won't really cook any because I don't know, I'll see what I do. I might, when I do my meal tonight, I might cook it and put a video up of that, or just put some pictures up. But yeah, anyway, so I've had potatoes on. You want probably for a family, you probably want maybe 3 or 4 medium-sized potatoes. It's only me here, so I've only got 2 on. So I'm gonna have 2 potatoes to like maybe a cup of flour and an egg, and that's about it. So you'd probably want maybe 4 eggs to 1.5 cup of flours, 2 cups of flours, and yeah, you could still use the same big egg, large size egg, that'll be fine. And then just get your salt and stuff in there. But at the start of it, obviously you see my potatoes being on boil. They're not going to be as soft as mashed potato, like I'm not going to take them fully mushy, but I'm still going to take them enough so I can put them through the pass, like from our little strain here. So I'm going to let them drain out, obviously, and air out, and blah blah blah, steam out and do a shit. And then yeah, I'm just going to end up passing them through into this bowl, and then I'm going to let them just sit in the bowl and chill in the bowl for a little while and cool down so I can work with them and start adding the egg and the flour and stuff. You don't mash these straight through then get straight into it, you just kind of do this, and yeah, like I said, I'm going to air it out. It doesn't have to be through a strainer, just needs to, but yeah, it just needs to be nice and thin, but you don't want to just be mashing it with a potato masher because it's still going to be too chunky, so you do need to find something that's going to go through. But this is how I always do my mashed potato anyway. It's so much better to do mashed potato like this. You won't have lumpy potatoes. It's always beautiful, smooth, creamy potatoes. So yeah, nothing to the start of it. Like I said, just a couple of potatoes, putting them through a strainer. Gonna sit in this bowl, not long, probably 15-20 minutes or something like that. And that's just done. And that's just gonna let them air out and yeah, cool down so I can work with them, because I'm not gonna be able to shove my hand in there. And if I did work with them now, the egg's just going to scramble up because it's just going to cook with the hot egg, so with the hot potato, sorry. So yeah, I'll just let that go, and I'll bring you back to the video, the bit of the video where I'm going to start working with it. So yeah, thanks guys, and I'll see you again in a couple of minutes. Okay, so I'm back. Potatoes cooled down enough to work with now, so we can start doing our thing, having a bit of fun with it. Like I said, this is probably the pain in the bum bit, but oh well, it's always the good bit as well. So just wipe down on my shite. Make sure you don't want it too wet, your bench, either of those, so make sure it's all nice and clean and stuff like that. Where's the TTS? And this is where you can add whatever stuff you want in it too, like whatever herbs and stuff. Like I'm gonna whack some pesto in mine, make like a pesto gnocchi, but you can put thyme or sage, or you can put almonds and like crush them up obviously and all that stuff. So yeah, and this is where you can get all your flavour and all that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna put a little bit of salt in there. Obviously it's just going to be, it's like a pasta, so you got to flavour it like a pasta. I got my flour. I'm going to whack the pesto in it now, like in this is because I'm going to be mixing it through, or having, when you do this I'm going to fold it through. I'll show you in a second though, you'll see. I'm not actually going to be like, actually just mixing it like a cake, because that's going to make it too, we'll just bring out all the gluten and make it too rubbery and stuff like that. So I'm going to put my eggs with the potato. And I'm going to give that just a little bit of a mix, not a mix, like I said, just a little stir, just get it through. And then I'm going to put, not all the flour, pretty much most of the flour, but I'm going to save a little bit for the bench obviously, but you can see stuff like that. And then again, I'm not going to be mixing this through, I'm just kind of folding it over so you can see the egg kind of getting over there, and in a second you're going to use your hands. Hands will be probably better actually, straight up. Makes it a bit easier. I'll get this whole egg in actually. I've got a little bit sitting in the bowl, so every bit counts. And then yeah, I'm just going to give this a little fold through slowly with my fingers. And you've got to be pretty delicate with it because it's, like I said, it's potato and flour. It's weird. It's not like you're just making a proper pasta. It's I don't know. It's different. You will feel it, but it's not too hard. Just binding it all together. I'll kind of fast forward this little bit in the video, I guess. But this, I'm only going to be doing this for like a minute or so, and then I'll bring it out here, I'll show you, but you usually get to see it. But yeah, pesto, I mean, gnocchi you can have with everything. You can just, like tonight I'm pretty much probably only going to have this with probably a garlic cream sauce or something like that, but you can get a meat with it, like have goat. We used to do it at work actually, that we used to have goat with it, or you can pull beef or pork or anything like that, because it's a real versatile dish and you can eat so many different things with it. So yeah, just try it out with everyone. Like I said, it's pretty fun to have, but when you do cook it, like your pan's got to be pretty hot, you know what I mean? You want like a smoking pan, so you can just dump it in there and get some colour on the outside of it. Obviously after you blanch it, you're going to be blanching it first in boiling water, and then you're going to be putting it in your pan. But yeah, like I said, you want your pan hot, because if your pan's not hot, pretty much the gnocchi's just going to stick to your pan and it's just going to fall apart. So that's why you want that all hot. As you can see, I'm just doing a nice little fold over. I'm not doing it too rough, because like I said, I don't want it to turn to rubber. But yeah, you just want it to kind of knead through a little bit, so you don't have obviously flour just still sitting in there. But you'll see, it's only like 30 seconds to a minute. And then I'm going to sit this off on the side, give this bench a quick clean down. See, that's all these done there. Sit this on the board, I'll wash my hands as well. Potato and flour stuck everywhere. Get that crank in, and then yeah, like I said, I'll scrub this bench down quickly, and then I'll get ready to start the rolling process of it, which is pretty much probably the fun bit of it. But yeah, if you're doing like hundreds of them, where you're doing bowls of them at work and stuff like that, it can be a pain in the bum, but oh well, that's the fun. So yeah, I'm going to scatter this out here. This is so obviously it's just not going to stick to the bench, and when I roll it out, it's just going to be a bit easier, and I'll show you. I'm just going to take a little chunk off this little thing. As you can see, I've rolled it through. There's no like chunks of flour through it anymore. It's just like kind of potato dough. It's still pretty soft, as you can see. And yeah, you're going to roll it out just like a kind of you can see it's delicate, like you don't need to really be touching it, but I'm going to end up start rolling it out like a rolling pin. And then you're going to bring your both hands and you're just going to like stretch it out as you're doing that. But you want it to come pretty thin. Just get it out there, and then yeah, like pull it. Your hands are like working out as you're rolling it, but you don't want to. You've got to be pushing even in every spot. And even when it gets bigger, start spreading your fingers, like pushing your fingers out, like doing star jumps, or I don't even know what they would be called. And yeah, and that's just how the log will start spreading out. And like I said, you kind of want it pretty even. You don't want to have big bits and little bits, because you all want it to cook even. But yeah, get it as good as you can. And yeah, like I said, I'll roll that out, and that's sitting there like that. And you've got heaps of this, don't forget. See, I've only taken like a little chunk of it, so I'm just showing you the little quick version so I can get it out of your face. You don't want to be putting that with my head for too long, so I'll just get something to chop it with now, because you want something flat to chop it with. That's going to be the easiest thing, and really something metal should be the best thing. It looks like I'm not going to have something flat and metal that I can really use, so I'll just use my knife. There's a couple of knives here, but if you've got something like a scraper or something like that, not a paint scraper, but you know what I mean, a scraper like that. And then yeah, and then you're pretty much just chopping it. Like there's your gnocchi, so I'm just going to chop it along. You can, if you want to put patterns in it, you can put patterns in it. Try and get them, so that's not the auto size, but. And then you want to sit these on a plate or on a tray or something like that and keep them separate. And you put these in the freezer separate, and you can put them in a satchel bag, and you can pull them out frozen. You can keep these in the freezer for probably like 2 months or something like that, and you can just bring them out, blanch them when you need them. Like I said, throw them in tonight I'll be just heating my pan up with some butter and aromats and some herbs and stuff, quickly getting some colour on them, and then I'll probably just throw some garlic and some cream and white wine and make like a white wine cream sauce or something like that. So I won't be doing anything fancy for them, but yeah, that's your gnocchi done flat. You can do patterns on them. I'm not big on the patterns, and that's pretty much just get your thumb over it anyway and roll it. You kind of pinch it and I've got to get it on the side and roll, and it just does like a little pattern, but I don't know, I don't like them like that, so, and I'm not good at doing it, so I just keep them normal, and you get more cooking colour down here when you do it like that. So yeah, that's the little gnocchi bits, separate them like that. Like I said, I'm going to separate them, I'll put them on a tray. If you want them, you can blanch them straight away and they'll be fresh and you can cook them. The way to do that is, we'll just obviously boil some water with a little bit of salt in it, dump these in the water, and as soon as they start floating, pull them out, they're ready. And then you can either just put them straight in a pan that's already hot, or if you're not going to use them straight away, set them in some ice water and then cool them straight down, and then later on they're already blanched, so you can just throw them in a pan with all your stuff and yeah, have them there for the family. So yeah, that's my little kind of crappy gnocchi video. I hope that helps. I said these are pesto ones, you can throw anything through there. I would have put more pesto in, but I don't really have too much of it, and I want that on my steak sandwich that I'm going to make for lunch. So yeah, that's my little gnocchi video. So hope that helps. I'm going to have to roll the rest of this out because I'm going to freeze some. I'm not going to eat it all, obviously, I'm by myself. So yeah, thanks for watching, thanks for following, share it, and peace. Thanks for putting up with me, guys, and see you next video.